Welcome to America First Policy Institute. Today we're speaking with Susie Wiles, the Susie Wiles. It's just not Susie Wiles anymore, it's the Susie Wiles. Woman of the free world.
Yeah,
whatever day it is.
Needed.
That's right. Well, Susie, thank you so much for joining us here at America First Policy Institute and talking to our women with the America First Women's Initiative, which you've always been about empowering women.
100%.
And it's been your life's mission, and that's how you've gotten ahead, because you've always lent a hand and a helping hand to other women.
Be a part of a team to lead a team. That's my mantra to my group, and it's true.
I love that.
It's true.
It is. That's true leadership, and it's servant leadership. So thank you. So my question to you today is, if you had to look back at your younger self, not so long ago,
Yes, for
did you
long.
did you ever imagine one day you'd be leading at this level and shaping the future of our republic?
What would you say if I said I did?
Oh my gosh. I'd be honored to know that you thought there was a possibility.
It wasn't specific
Right.
to me, but this is my second trip to the White House.
Yes, ma'am.
And I thought, I'm going to work to see if there's a place for me. I didn't anticipate being the chief of staff.
I know.
But I did sort of think about leading a team at the White House. And, fleetingly here, there, and yonder. And when I was doing campaign work, I never really thought about it. But I've spent most of my career in local government. And so it really prepared me very well for this job. I didn't know it at the time, but the policies are policies wherever they are. And so it doesn't feel that alien to me.
No. Well, because you've led. I always say women like you have, lead, lift, launch. You lead women and you launch them and you take them to the next step in their lives, whether they know it or not. And then you launch into something that helps support the whole team. And that's what you're talking about, collaboration. So important. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Most, we're not taught that.
We are not. I often say we raise our girl children to excel in. And maybe this is different, but when my kids were growing up, we raise our girl children to do individual things, art, figure skating, dance. We raise our boy children to play football and basketball and soccer, and they then learn how to be part of a team.
That's right.
And so it's so important to help girls understand what that means and the give and take of it. And to the extent that I can do that for young women, I want to do it. And I was blessed to be raised in a team environment. So I know how important it is to really get things done and to have a good working environment.
Well, it's good work ethic, right?
Yeah, that too.
That too.
You don't want to let your teammates down, whoever
Never,
they are.
Never. Were you an athlete as a young woman?
Well, that's an overstatement. I played sports.
What did you play?
Tennis,
great.
volleyball, basketball, kind of everything. I come from a sports background, and I'm the only girl of brothers, so it was sort of not optional.
It was second nature for sure. My sister
tennis.
and I, the same athletics. My parents are ranchers. My mom and dad raised us like we were boys, because
we're the exception.
Yeah, we are the exception, especially today.
But it served you well, I'm sure.
You just learn. You learn to win and you learn to lose. You learn what it means if you're not dedicated and focused, and the outcome of what that can be. And I think more, and you do learn to be a team player, which is what you're talking about.
They rely on you. You rely on them. And that's not something we're born with. It's behavior we've learned.
That's right.
And so I encourage all the women I know and work with to understand that team dynamic. You just get so much further.
So much further, because none of us can do it alone. And when you try, you learn really quickly how more efficient it is to work as a team than a solo. Now that you're in this role, what are some of the key goals or initiatives you're most passionate about advancing through this White House?
Well, the easy answer is whatever the president is interested in.
Of course.
And that's what we do all day, every day.
Of course.
But I personally have a long passion for stewardship of our earth. Nature. I'm a bird watcher and a bird lover and all that. And so it's not my job, but it's my interest. So when something like that comes across my desk, I'm happy. But the goals are what the president wants. In the sort of midterm future, we've got to keep the House and the Senate in the midterms.
That's right.
And we're going to put the president on the ballot, which is not what
Absolutely.
usually happens in the midterms. But we have to do that because low propensity voters are Trump voters.
That's right.
And we saw what happened when you were not in power.
That's right.
So we won all 3 houses. It's a good year for Republicans in the Senate. The House is always a challenge. But it's got great leadership in Mike Johnson.
Yes.
And
Great speaker.
we have President's, let's see, he's up to 7 wars now, 7 conflicts solved.
Imagine. In a lifetime, did we ever think it'd be like that?
Last
Just
one,
the first 100 days, look at how much you all accomplished.
he had 4 years to think about it. And so
Prepared.
he was ready on day one, and it allowed us to really springboard. We have a saying on the staff, I don't know if he shares it, we have a saying on the staff that if you move fast enough, they can't catch you. And then by the time they do, you've moved on to the next thing. So there's a lot of that going on.
Which is great. And that's how you have to be ahead of the game. You can't wait and play, overnight, quarterback about like, oh, I wish I coulda, woulda, shoulda. You've got to do it out on the game run. And I think President Trump talked to the team here at AFPI back in the day when Brooke Rollins and Linda McMahon and Larry Kudlow started America First Policy Institute and said, look, we can't wait for this to come to us.
Right.
We've got to run into the fire, which is...
And you did.
It was an honor and a privilege,
It was
Howard
so
Lutnick and
important,
Linda.
Stacey. It was so important.
They worked so hard. Susie, you saw them with the transition. And
did.
here at AFPI, for 2 years, we trained people 3 days at a time in courses about how to be ready for that. If you're called to serve, whether it's the administration, an agency, staff, cabinet member, what would that look like? And we really took it seriously because we said we cannot wait like years past.
Right.
And think we can walk in on day one and everything's going to happen.
And the highest performers in the
know.
administration, many of them came from the AFPI Training Institute.
84 of us.
There you go.
84 went in. 7 are cabinet members. It's just,
great.
I mean, we pinch ourselves every day. It's a blessing. We're 600 steps from the White House. We take it very seriously. Believe me, I've walked it and counted. We do things here with presidential excellence as if he was in the office every day. And we just want to uplift you and everything you're doing. Just God bless you.
Thank you.
I don't know.
I feel very blessed.
You are. Do you pinch yourself too?
I do.
Linda
I do.
does too.
I do.
All
I
the
just
cabinet
left her
members
before
say
I
it.
came over here.
Oh, good. Oh, good. They all say the same. It's a gift.
It is a
God
gift.
has given them a gift to serve.
I open my door, my office door in the morning and look around and pinch myself. I really do. And when that isn't happening to me, then maybe it's time for me to move on.
Right.
But so far, it's
Every
happened
day.
every single day.
Every single day.
Yeah.
It's exciting and new. Well, before we say goodbye, is there one thing you'd like to tell the American public? What could be their call to action? What can they do besides get out the vote in 26?
The single most important thing.
Okay, single most important
Absolutely.
thing.
Single most important thing. Yes, be conversant on the issues.
Absolutely.
Yes, volunteer in whatever you're passionate about. But above all else, vote.
That's right.
So
That's
thank
right.
you.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
so
for having
grateful
me.
for you. My
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're so excited that you were here with us today. And Susie, an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so
Stacey.
much. Till next time.